insan, yurdunu sevmeliymiş insan, yurdunu sevmeliymiş insan, yurdunu sevmeliymiş insan. Öyle diyor hep babam. Öyle diyor hep babam. Benim yurdum ikiye bölünmüş ortasından. İdi ki muy patrida ehi mirasti stadio. Hangi yarısını sevmeli insan? Io apporto a Dio come ti apprendi da
This 600-mile walk through the country in the spring and summer of 1972 traversed an island which is now no longer recognisable. The world which it depicts, a mosaic of Greek and Turkish villages, has seemingly gone forever, and such a journey, wandering at will among the two communities, is now impossible. The nervous cohabitation which I witnessed in 1972 was, I now realise, the island's halcyon time. And this is the record of a country which will not return.
Although I enjoyed Colin Thubron's book Journey into Cyprus, there was a line in his preface regarding how he had experienced the halcyon times of Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots living together, and that time would never return. I was very annoyed with that comment. I felt like Cypriots were being robbed of their future. That can't possibly be true. The best times of Cyprus are ahead of it.
What is clear is that the Cypriot people, regardless of their origin, do want a peaceful resolution to this crisis. I had the honour of convening a meeting on behalf of the Australia-Cyprus Parliamentary Friendship Group between two Australian friends, Stavros Prots and Yalcin Adal, from Greek and Turkish Cypriot backgrounds respectively.
That's why we took on this enormous walk across the island of Cyprus, from the Karpas Peninsula, the most eastern point, all the way to Aphrodite's rocks in the west.
Walking up to 30 kilometres a day over what is very rugged terrain.
We wanted to do this walk because our culture should be something to be celebrated and not divide us. In nature, there is no borders. There is no borders that divide people along ethnic lines. I am Greek Cypriot, Yalcin is Turkish Cypriot. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
We're Cypriots. Throughout our journey, we looked for the legendary 101st window of the Queen of Cyprus. And if you find this window and you look out, you can actually call for anything your heart desires. So the legend goes. So we went looking for this window because we wanted to yell out, we want peace, we want unification for Cyprus.
Two courageous people who are saying enough is enough. Their journey has quite literally brought the two sides of the conflict together to advocate for a peaceful resolution that has eluded the island nation for far too long.
Since we met, we always wanted to be part of a positive social change. I remember when you first asked me this question, what would I wish for if I found that legendary 101st window? I said, I hope that one day the people of Cyprus, regardless of ethnicity, religion, or any other form of discrimination, will be able to live freely.
Chill and Stavros are sending a strong message to us Cypriots. Our country is beautiful and we can find a way to coexist together. We can live in peace and harmony where our children learn each other's language, appreciate the differences and prosper together.
Good morning, everyone. Early in the morning, sunrise. We're at Cape Apostolos Andreas, the easternmost point of Cyprus, and we're about to start our walk. And behind us, nothing else, just the sea. Your grandmother had a request.
Yeah, when she wasn't well one time, over 20 years ago now, she was losing her voice, and she said, I wish I could drink some of that water, that blessed water from Apostolos Andreas, which is over there, to help me get better. So I rode my push bike here in one day from Nicosia, over 180 kilometres to Apostolos Andreas. I got here at night time and was treated warmly by the locals here. Greek Cypriots live in this area still, and they made me Turkish Greek Cypriot coffee and they made me some potato chips and gave me a room. In the morning I got up, the monastery opened, I lit a candle and made a wish for her. I went down to the spring, filled up a water bottle and I started riding back to her. It's very, very special to me.
Let's see our water bottles. What's the wish this time?
Oh, gee, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Drinking from that water again, and yeah, I feel quite emotional. I think for an undivided country, for something
Heal the wounds of this land.
to heal the wounds of this land, I love that. Yeah, let's do that. We thought if we could work together and take on this enormous task of walking across Cyprus, we could inspire the two communities to do the same and work together. My grandmother truly believed the water had healing properties, and so I think we'll see the spring soon. We've come all that way already.
And it's just for 5 kilometers, 34 to go.
Yes, 34 to go. People actually walk from all the way across the other side of Cyprus to get to Apostolos Andreas as a pilgrimage. to start there was amazing.
Been a nice journey so far, but it's only 25 kilometers in.
That's
a lot more to go.
Yep, we've got 10 more kilometres to go today. So we'll have some energy bars and get going. It's been an absolutely amazing day. We
started sunrise.
We started sunrise and now
sunset.
it's sunset.
The sun is setting behind us on the east, on the west. Feeling pretty tired. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired too. The legs are very heavy.
Yeah, I began to feel my legs the last couple of kilometers. I was pretty good the whole day. Yeah, but since the last stop, I begin to feel my legs. Looking forward to a good night's sleep and some rest. All right, let's walk the last kilometers home.
Let's go. We're almost home. After the first day's walk, I thought, how are we going to do this? It was late. It was dark. We were very tired. We'd already had blisters.
But the interesting part was the next morning when I got out of bed and I had to hold on the things because all my muscles were so sore. I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? We have to walk.
It just didn't seem like we were going to get to the end. A very special happy birthday to Stavros today.
Thank you.
A young 34 years old.
A lot of efforts to unite the island, a lot of talks, but to most Cypriots it's like visual thinking. It seems like it's not going to happen.
Cypriots feel hopeless, and rightly so. There's suspicion and fear and insecurity. Now, how do you break through that is not easy. People prefer the security of the status quo to the uncertainty and the risk of change.
I think they will be able to live together under the condition that they would feel Cypriots first and not as Greek and Turkish Cypriots. If we are prepared to do that, I think we will find more similarities between us.
Sabahın ser vaktından görebilsem yarimi.
I cannot see a single cross.
A cross.
I cannot see a single cross. They've broken their crosses.
On, really?
The crosses and the tombs had been crushed. It was actually soul crushing. It really was a desecration of trust. We broke down. Stavros was in tears and I was devastated. At the time, I felt so strongly about it. I said to Stavros, I want these graveyards repaired and restored.
Yeah, if that's done, then I feel like it's a huge step towards reconciliation.
Να με νίκαζε σε καμιά, να με νίκαζε σε καμιά, μέσα σε τούτη γειτονιά, μέσα σε τούτη γειτονιά. Aman aman elinden, sarsam ince belinden, öpsen gurur dilinden. Aman aman elinden, sarsam ince belinden, öpsen gurur dilinden.
It's a good day. Enjoy today. See how we go tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see how we go tomorrow.
We've been challenged emotionally and very much physically, and we can't just talk about the beauty of Cyprus when there's so much work to be done. Together we'll finish this walk, no matter what, no matter what.
We met my cousin Mustafa in Ergenekon. His father, my uncle, died in the 1974 war. Mustafa had come to support us along our walk. We walked to Buffavento Castle together. He's brought his son, his children up with no discrimination. He sends his son to the south to learn the three languages of the island, being English, Turkish and Greek. I think is an example for all Cypriots to put the past behind you and to look for the future.
περηφάνη. Έψεμ του δίληνε, να σου πω ρασομηχανή. Αμάν, αμάν ελίνε, να ραφκείς ρα περηφάνη. Σασάμ με ζεβενίνε, να ραφκείς ρα περηφάνη. Αμάν, αμάν ελίνε, σασάμ με ζεβενίνε. Έψεμ του δίληνε. Αγάπησα την Μπουκαριάς, αν μαντζεχάρηκα την. Τον ένα χρόνο είχα την, τον άλλον έχασα την. Ω, την καρδιά μου έχεις χαμένη και με τυραννείς. Όλοι πείθουμε κι αρκεί να πιω να με πονείς.
We find it. Just follow the directions.
Αγάπησα την Μπουκαριάς και πίνα τον γάμον της. Και μέρα νύχτα νέρεσα κρύφα από το στενό της. Ω, την καρδιά μου έχεις χαμένη και με τυραννείς. Όλοι πείθουμε κι αρκεί να πιω να με πονείς.
My name is Sevgil Uludağ. I'm an investigative journalist. I'm a working journalist for the past 38 years. And 18 years of this time, I'm just focusing on missing persons, mass graves, untold stories of Cyprus. Quite by accident, I found out that one of the persons I knew quite well had a missing father. But I never knew this, and the community didn't know this. And so I had to break the taboo because the Turkish Cypriot community was the only community in the world that wasn't actively searching for its missing persons. And I started like that, and when the checkpoints were open, I started searching also the stories of the Greek Cypriot missing, and I brought these stories together in my articles. And it had an impact like an earthquake. Why? Because each side victimized itself and thought they were the only victims of the conflict. And I tried to show that both sides were victims as well as perpetrators. And this was a shock to both sides.
I promised to my father that I'll try my best for better future of Cyprus, for prison reunification. This is my task, and this is what we owe as a memory of their death. This is what we owe for our children, for our grandchildren. A united Cyprus, free and peaceful for everybody, for all the citizens of Cyprus.
I was totally overwhelmed, and it was even more overwhelming because Stavros was there.
Just thinking all that suffering, how many families is touched, that single event, that war, just reminded me the significance of our work.
We came from being friends, we came to being treated like a brother and sister, helping each other, and we start to kill each other. Why? If we don't get together, we'll keep going forever.
I felt part of the family.
Dilleri kadar gece geçtim, suyundan içtim. Kadem gözlü bir yar sevdim, kendimden geçtim. Ya la la la la la la la la la. Ya la la la la la la la la la. Ya la la la la la la la la la. Scevere benden bana bastro, cevere ben bitsin. Stuz vurulmuş sevda bana bakma, biri bitmez bana bana. Ya la la la la la la la la la. Ya la la la la la la la la la. Ya la la la la la la la la.
When we first got there and we saw all these people waiting for us on the side of the road, I'm like, wow, it's real, it's happening. A lot of people know about the walk and they're here to support us, and it felt great.
There was politicians, obviously some reporters from all around, people who had either lost family or were starting a new family, looking towards the future. People who we'd walked with along the way reunite with us, people who believe in a free and united Cyprus.
On behalf of Mr. Yorkaci, the Mayor of Nicosia South, Mrs. Eleni Lekoidou, who will give a short speech on behalf of our Mayor, Mr. Yorkaci.
Dear friends, I'm very pleased to be here with you on behalf of the Mayor of Nicosia, joining you in welcoming Yalcin and Stavros and expressing our strong desire and will to reunite Cyprus. The division of our common country is an unnatural thing. People cannot be separated by barbed wire and barricades. My message to you all is never give up. When there is a will, there is always a way. Thank you. Thank you.
Today, in the middle of the Green Line, which is passing through Nicosia, I would like to send the message of togetherness, peace and unity. It is our duty to promote cooperation among communities. Thank you all for coming. We can walk this road together.
Your journey into Cyprus is in itself a lesson for all, that when there is the will, there is a way. A way to remind ourselves of our common past, a way to reinvigorate our belief in peace and our common destiny, beyond any checkpoints, buffer zones, military zones, minefields, or the politics of division.
They want the unity of the island. I want the unity of the island as a mother of Yalcin, as a mother of Stavros. Peace is the word of this walk. peace on Cyprus, peace on unity. And I thank both for my son and another son, Stavros, for doing this. Thank you.
What's up to us is day-to-day gestures, small gestures that signify peace. And for me, it was very special to sit with elder man in small villages to have a coffee together. For me, that's peace. To walk with my dear friend Yalchin, that's peace. To meet very warm people who I didn't know and I met for the first time, and they invited me to their homes, and they offered me coffee and they offered me the fruit from their garden. For me, that's peace.
We have seen some incredible people, so generous. The generosity is enormous. And the beauty is remarkable. We have to protect it. I don't believe that the best of Cyprus is behind us. The best of Cyprus is ahead of us. We believe in peace.
Though growing up, it is told only the one side of the story. And I felt that justice was coming from Turkey mainly. But having met some good friends, Yalchin was one of the first Turkish Cypriots that I met. And as well as some others in Australia and coming back to Cyprus later, I began to learn the story of the other side. And soon you realize that we have the same problem, we suffer the same consequences of the war. I wish that step by step we build what needed to get to a peaceful state, and then the political situation will eventually resolve itself. It will be much easier. But the first step, I think, is to resolve our differences as people.
The peace tree planting event in the demilitarised zone, if you like, in between the north and south. And it symbolised a new beginning, a healing.
This window, what would you ask for?
Actually, I have this always in my mind, so I like this window to open, and there is everybody's hugging and kissing from bi-communal, north and south, and everything is solved by like magic. So this is my window paradise.
In the story, there are three travelers. For 3 days and 3 nights, they've been traveling. From the top of the mountain, they see a village, they see lights. So they decide to go and knock the doors of the houses to see if they can find a piece of bread or some, like a corner to sleep in. And everyone refuses. Everyone says, no, we cannot. And one of them thinks, you know what? All we need is a pot, and we're gonna make a stone soup. So they just go in the middle of the village, and they set a fire, they put the stones in, and they put water, and the villagers get curious and they come close. And finally, they're like, one by one, they're like, you know what? Maybe I have a carrot. You know what? Maybe I have an onion. I think I have a potato.
Okay.
So they just like one by one, they bring something, and by the end, there's a soup there.
Okay.
And the travelers are like, you know, guys, since you don't have anything at home, we might as well share this meal. So they have a whole feast and they dance, and all the village, they come together, and they realize that, it's all about sharing, and there's so much we can do together.
Δευτέρα ητούν της καθαράς που κάμνουν την ομάδαν μες στο καράβι.
Today we start from here and we go up to Rhodos, Mount Olympus, and that's the highest peak of Cyprus. The steady climb will take us about 3.5 hours to do that.
Βρέθηκεν μέσα στη χώρα τούτη. Σου μινερώνησε πολλήν κάτω μακρά στο πλάτος, τσι μέσα εκατορκίσεν ένας με άλλος δράκος, και δεν τα αφήνει το νερό στη χώρα τους να πάει, καΐνιν του εκαμνάσει τον αν παιδί να φάει, να ξαπολύσει το νερό στη χώρα τους να πάει. Άλλοι είχαν 6 και 8 και πέμπαντου τον έναν, κι ήρθε γυρνήν τα φέντη μας, τα φέντη βασιλέα. Είχε μια κόρη μοναχή κι είχε να την παντρέψει, θέλοντας και μη θέλοντας του δράκου να την πέψει. Πάντετσι η κόρη εν Αγίος Χριστό τσαπάκουσέντι, τον Αγιόρκη να σου τον που πάνω κατεβαίνει, και με τη σέλα τη βρούση και το γρούσο να πάρει.
Kostas is a very good friend of mine. His name Konstantinos. It's named after his uncle. He was a missing person in the war, so he felt through his whole life that he carried his uncle's name, so he felt a little bit he carried the pain of the family, and it was significant for him to walk with us.
Αν τους βλέπει ο βασιλιάς κρυφές χαρές παθαίνει, ποιος είναι αυτός που μου κάμεν τούτη την καλοσύνη, να δοκώ το βασίλειο μου τσούλο το θησαυρό μου, να δω κοτσέ την κόρη μου και να γίνει γαμπρός μου.
Η ευχή όλων μας καραφτερεί λόγος μας. Τι να ζήσουμε μαζί μας στο Κολύμπος, όπως ζούσαν και παλιά. Ο καθένας ήξερε το δικό του, ο καθένας εργαζόταν στο δικό του και δεν επήραζε ένα στο άλλο.
Να χτίσετε μνήμη Αγίου Γεωργίου που έρχεται η μέρα του 23 του Απριλίου, που έρχεται η μέρα του 23 του Απριλίου.
How are you feeling?
Oh, a little bit tight and sore. Can't believe last day. Walked for 15 days.
In a way, Yeltsin and Stavros was building a bridge between two communities. And they were telling the people, this is the way how you do it. You can do it too.
Kalimera. Kalimera. Günaydın. Hello everybody, day 15 of walking.
Last day.
Yes.
It's been a long journey. Feet are holding well, I guess, after a long 34 kilometers walk yesterday. It was a bit hard yesterday for me.
What hope do you have for Cyprus?
I just hope there is peace. We have all been damaged in a way with the deaths of loved ones on both sides. I cannot bear a grudge to either side. We've all done mistakes. We've made them. We have to live with them. We have to be strong and unite.
I think the past can be left in the past if we really want it enough.
O pencereyi bulursam dileyeceğim ilk şey Kıbrıs'ın birleşmesi olur ve bir daha savaşmamak üzere insanların barış ve kardeşlik içinde yaşaması olur.
In my heart, my country is not divided, can never be divided, and will always be one.
Κύπρος ήταν έτσι ωραία και με ανακατώσανε για την Κύπρο. Ναι, καλό, ναι.
Çok büyük sofralar kuralım, o kayıpları hep toplayalım. O bardakları sevgi için kaldıralım, barış için kaldıralım. Ve bizi görenler peşimize düşsün ve bu işler çoğalsın.
Although this journey comes to an end, we feel strongly that this is just the beginning. The road to peace is long, we are prepared to take it. If we restore the graves of one graveyard, if we plant olive trees, if we find one missing person, those are small actions which may not be significant on their own, but they have a massive impact if we do it collectively.
On our journey, we were stronger together. When we needed help, we were there for one another. Cyprus is the same. When we're together as a community, we're stronger.
It's a weird thing to say. I'm not a very spiritual person, but there are moments in life, and certainly I felt those moments when I was reaching in many of those windows, where there's something beyond this life, and that I could wish for something, and maybe what I wish for would be heard.
We are human beings, all of us. We have the same blood, bread, both of us, and we have to be together.
I wish more people would have the willingness to work towards this goal of unification.
If Cypriots are left alone to deal with their problems, they will find a way. They can achieve much more than the official politics.
We need role models, the role models for peace, the role models of courage, the role models for reconciliation, and they are role models of our future.